I am going to completely cheat on this one and mention 3 people. I worked on Forgetting Sarah Marshall, and that was just one of the best experiences ever. 3 of the nicest people ever, and Jason Segel, Kristen Bell, and Mila Kunis. So I mentioned this with Evangeline Lilly, that when I met Kristen Bell for the first time, she came up and introduced herself and shook my hand, not taking for granted that I would know who she was. And she didn't know, and I don't think I ever told her, that she was the reason I took that job. At the time, I was working on Lost and was happy to continue working on Lost. Got an offer to go over to Forgetting Sarah Marshall, and I turned it down. And then I found out Kristen Bell was going to be on it, and I loved Veronica Mars. I had the privilege to work with her again on the movie Burlesque, but she's as cool and laid back and fun as you would hope that she is. Coincidentally, I worked with her husband on a movie in Chicago called Let's Go to Prison. So I worked with both of the Dax Shepard, Kristen Bell power couple. Before you're shooting, you're doing wardrobe tests, where you're putting the whole cast one by one through all the different wardrobe and multiple options of all the wardrobe they're going to use to see how it looks on camera, to see just, what pops, what doesn't pop. And so I spent a whole day with Jason, just hanging out with him as he's doing this. I felt like we grew up together. Like he was that level of easy to talk to and fun to talk to, and just laid back and a nice guy. I remember walking up to him at one point then when they were setting up a shot and just saying, hey, I think at this point he'd only done 1 season of How I Met Your Mother. And it was, he broke up with Allison Hannigan in it. I just said, man, that was so, like, for a sitcom, that was really emotional and really well executed. And he said that he wrote a lot of that, and it was that breakup that he drew inspiration from, like a real life breakup that found itself onto How I Met Your Mother, that also became Forgetting Sarah Marshall. So one breakup, he got a lot of mileage out of that. I think that gets overlooked a lot, that he wrote that movie as well. And finally, Mila Kunis. I grew up watching that 70s show. I loved that show. I always wanted to meet her, and now here I am working with her. She would throw sometimes parties in her bungalow. We shot all week, and these were long hours, as any movie is. And I know there were times where she did not want to be the host of a party, and she was just ready to go to bed. But there's a rager going on in her room. She was always just completely cool with it. Hey, she was the one that opened the door and welcomed people in, and then one thing led to another, and now what was once her room is now a dance club. We could mess with each other a little bit. I know she fucked with me a little bit here or there. She has that fun personality. Really loved working with every member of that group. Jack McBrayer, Maria Thayer, they were the sweetest people ever. I wish I talked to Kristen Bell and Paul Rudd more. I didn't work with Bill Hader, but I did get to meet him later in LA. Oh my gosh, what an incredible cast. Yeah, there needs to be a part 2, and I will do anything to work on it. I told you I'm cheating by naming 3 people. I'm cheating because I'm doing a part 2 of this video. So tune in here tomorrow to hear one more of my favorite stories from set from Forgetting Sarah Marshall.